First of all, I would like to say hello to all of my many friends and also to my many enemies. Once again, this is another episode of Roosevelt Sounds Off. And tonight, or whenever you happen to be watching this particular video, I am continuing on in my series, People. And we're going to finish up the last of the 3 P's before I get into something else. Now, quick review. The first P, well, first of all, before I get into that, the 3 P's I dealt with in this were pastors, politicians, police officers, and today it'll be politicians, because I wanted to show that these 3 professions is what people out there, even if people out there are not in it, just regular lay people, these are 3 people that people defend the most, even when they're wrong. Pastors, police officers, and tonight, politicians. So I do want to get into that on today. And the reason why I say politicians, because people always defend politicians also in their dirt. I mean, it's many people before the presidential election, for instance, who wanted to defend Hillary Clinton. But Hillary Clinton, you know, sent out like emails and, you know, from her cell phone and everything, her personal email account, and it was hacked and everything. And it's evidence out there, even though a whole lot of regular people want to choose to ignore it, that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and the Clinton Foundation have had some type of dealings in child kidnapping, you know, in kidnapping children from Haiti so they can be trafficked. So, I mean, there's evidence, but many people want to ignore that. Why? All because it's a politician. But the main thing I want to get to is how a whole lot of people are defending Donald Trump. In other words, DT, not my president. Or if some of you all want to be nice, you might want to say President Trump. You know, I might not say it, but, you know, you all can say it if you want to. And the main person I notice who is defending Donald Trump is Steve Harvey. Because in case you all didn't know, you know, the Snoop Dogg, he made a video about Donald Trump. In the video, he called him Ronald Clump. And I guess he perpetrated him as looking like a clown. And at the end of the video, you know, it's a person, excuse me, who is dressed up in a suit and a red tie like Donald Trump always wears. And it has a clown face on it, but at the end of the video, Snoop Dogg ends up shooting the clown. And then T.I. said some things about Donald Trump, so did Bow Wow. So Steve Harvey comes on his show with a lady. And the lady is just like, you know, I can't stand people who do that. You know, just like completely brown nose and talk about, oh yeah, you right, Steve. Oh yeah, you right, Steve. Because he got on there saying, look, brothers, this is how he talk. Even though, you know, some people, even though Donald Trump is in office, and I know some people don't like it, brothers, there is a particular office called the president. And even though you might not like necessarily who's in the office of president, we must respect that office. Because all of y'all got money. And I mean, don't come after these people. Because, you know, they're going to come after that money. Hopefully I'm paraphrasing this right, exactly what he said. We need to respect the office of the president. And one thing I need to ask Steve Harvey is, bitch, really? Because where was your stinking, filthy, black sellout ass when people were talking down on Obama and even talked about the wife, Michelle Obama, called her a monkey in high heels? But yet, you weren't any place, he wasn't any place to be found. But yet, all of a sudden, he wants to defend Trump. And I get so tired of people always saying, you know, like if anybody had something to say about Donald Trump or something, even my cousin or something the other day saying, well, you know, you can't talk about him and everything because, you know, that's still the president. He's still the president no matter what you say. I mean, what? It's like, just by him being the president, it's supposed to, people act like, you know, Donald Trump being the president is supposed to cancel out your opinion of a certain job that he might be doing, which is bad and terrible and evil and satanic. How he wants to detain and arrest Muslim citizens and Muslim immigrants from several countries. How he tried to change healthcare but didn't really have anything to, you know, replace it with. So now it's like a, you know, it's just stuck. And now they're actually believing that this idiot and certain members of the Trump administration had something to do with Russia hacking into the 2016 election. But a whole lot of you regular people out there, you just prefer to ignore it and pretend like some of this stuff is not happening, when this particular man and every single other evil godless politician is destroying this country asunder. You have to remember that these people are just people. They're just people. What? I just wish somebody would understand or tell me, why are we bowing down so much to people? This is just a person. And I'm doing this series because I wanted to show that these professions, these three professions of pastors, politicians, and police officers are the main professions that people defend. And on Friday, I even had a nurse who backed me up in saying that. What happened was, I went to a McDonald's on Friday, and I met a young lady. Matter of fact, she came up to me. I guess she didn't have her phone, and she was stranded. So she asked me would I take down her husband's phone number and text her husband and, you know, see if he was going to come and pick her up. So, you know, I take the number and everything. I text him and say that, you know, your wife is here at the McDonald's on the corner of 79th and Western. You know, that's what I do, and I just wait on his response. And, you know, we're sitting there talking, and then, you know, we talk about church. Turns out and stuff, she belongs to one of the old churches that I attended. And I told her that I'm on YouTube and on Facebook. And, you know, she asked me what my YouTube channel was. And, you know, so I told her, and I told her what I was working on. Talking about people and how people defend pastors, police officers, and politicians. And she told me that she had just done some more education or some more research, you know, in her job, because she was a registered nurse. And she said that it is written in the nurses and doctors manual that the three professions that you have more narcissistic and selfish traits are pastors, police officers, and politicians. So there's scientific evidence to actually back up what I'm saying. It's narcissistic because these people, sometimes, depending on who you get, can act like they're God, like people have to bow down to them. You know, everybody acts like the pastor is something and something else. They worship the pastors much more than they even worship God Almighty. Whenever a police officer, everybody is something else that they don't talk to police, regular people like this. You know, whenever they get pulled over by a police officer, hello, sir. Good evening, officer, sir. What is it that you need tonight? You know good and well that you don't talk that way. And when it comes down to politicians, we got to call them Mr. President and Mr. Mayor, even though they're completely doing stuff to mess up. Why are we bowing down to all of these people? These are just people. That's why I had to do this, to show how people, even people like sellouts, like Steve Harvey, just cooning and scratching and, you know, buck dancing, black, stupid, bald head, big mustache wearing Negro. Bow down to these people when these are nothing but just people. I mean, you have the right to have an opinion about a pastor. You have the right to have an opinion about a politician. You have the right to have an opinion about a police officer. And no regular person should be able to stop your opinion all because this particular person happens to be a pastor, a police officer, a politician. Even when they're wrong, people defend them. Talking about, well, you know, it just is what it is. No, it's just not. It just is what it is. No, we need to call this stuff out and actually call wrong, wrong. And actually stop standing up for the rights of. And stop covering up the dirt of pastors, police officers, and politicians. And with that, I believe I'm going to leave this video where it is. I'm going to come to you with another, continuing on in this series of people. And I will talk to you very soon. Peace and blessings to all.